Welcome back to another episode of The Blueprint. I'm your host, Calvin Custance. I'd like to welcome to the show Jaiden Sanders, a two-time varsity starting QB and captain at L'Anse Creuse High School. He was an all-county and all-MAC QB and led his team to its first district championship. Welcome to the show, Jaiden. All right, today we have Jaiden Sanders, the former QB for L'Anse Creuse High School. You are the two-time varsity starter and captain, then you led your team to a district championship, the first district championship in school history. So congratulations there.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Had 5 touchdowns in the first half. I was at that game. That was a really fun game to watch.
Yes.
Really dominant outing.
It was crazy, not gonna lie. Like, it didn't feel real.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, Lakeview beat you earlier in the season, but I think you were out for that game or something, right?
Yeah, I was unfortunately I broke my collarbone week 2 against Chippewa Valley, so I was out I think 6 games. Yeah, 6 games. I came back week 8, and then Lakeview beat us on our homecoming 37-zip, so that was, and I wasn't playing, so there was like no offense against them because they just sent the whole defense because they knew we couldn't really pass, so they were just sending the whole defense, and then they had to change all their defense up when I came back, but like because they saw a Port Huron game, like we really didn't throw the ball that game, so they didn't know what was going to happen. So, and then I had 5 completions for 5 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, they really couldn't stop the air offense in that game.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with them. Like, they were in man, and then we burnt them twice on a fade, but they didn't change into like any like zone coverage, so we just kept throwing it over top of them. So, and it worked. I got like 2 of the best receivers in Macomb area, so I utilized that very well, and it was very fun.
Yeah, I bet. So before we get too deep into things, I always do like a get to know the person segment. So first off, what's your favorite food?
Favorite food, I gotta say, a medium well steak, like a very good one.
Okay.
Like my dad, he makes a very good steak, so I like that a lot. I get excited when he tells me he's making steak tonight. So
I'm a medium rare kind of guy. I like it a little bit bloody, but
yeah.
But I respect medium well. It's not as long as it's not well done. I know some people that are like chewing cardboard and stuff over there. I'm like really?
Rubber.
I know. Take a bite out of a tire, will you? So, what's your favorite class at school?
Favorite class at school, I would have to say, I like history a lot because like I like to learn about like the world and what happened like back then before like I was born. So like I like learning about like the ancient like the Chinese history and all that, like in history, like the American history, all that. So I think my favorite class would be like history, any subject of history.
Do you have a favorite movie?
That's a hard one. Favorite movie right now, I'll probably say I like Top Gun. Top Gun was pretty sweet. I just liked how they did that movie. So Top Gun is my favorite movie right now.
And then do you have a favorite sports movie?
Sports movie, I would have to say The Blind Side.
Yeah.
Blind Side is my favorite.
It's a classic.
Yes.
Have you read the book? The book's really good.
No, I just watched the movie.
Yeah, I read the book first. The book, like, he does a really good job with it. But the movie's also done really well, too.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite song or musical genre?
I like hip hop. I don't really have a favorite song. I really listen to any kind of song, but my favorite rapper, I'll have to say he's Lil Baby. He's my favorite rapper right now. So my whole playlist is technically Lil Baby. So
yeah. Do you have a favorite video game?
I would have to say Madden, but like I stopped playing video games like a couple years ago. Like I just lost the love of it because like I don't know, it just stopped getting fun after a while. Like I used to play 2K, My Park, and then Madden. So those were my 2 favorite games.
Yeah, I hear you. I like rarely play video games. I was playing video games this weekend. Me and my cousins, like we went up to their cottage. So that was like me, my brother, and my cousin would play Madden.
Yeah.
But like besides that, like I rarely play video games. I try to be a little more productive with my time. Like, but
Yes, me
you
too.
play it if
Like
you don't,
now, oh, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say if you play it, like I'm not judging you because they're fun, but
Yes. Like now is like Madden is like so like, oh, I'm gonna look up a glitch play to score every play. Like it's so weird
I
now.
know like a play action crosser is like
Yeah.
95% of the times wide open.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like it's
it made the
less.
game not fun anymore.
Or if you play that with the team like the Dolphins with that
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, it's like
Yeah, like I used to play with my friends and they would use the Chiefs and just send Tyreek Hill on a streak and it was like
I know
it's like unstoppable. Like it's
exactly.
not even fun.
What are you supposed to do there? You have a
Yeah.
99 overall speed
Yes.
receiver with Patrick Mahomes as the quarterback.
Yes.
So I know you used to be a favorite, or you used to be a baseball player. So what was your favorite flavor of sunflower seed?
I'll have to say dill pickle for sure. Dill
Mm-hmm.
pickle. Like I don't like pickles, but dill pickle seeds are very good.
I know. Dill pickle.
It sounds weird though, because I don't like pickles.
You don't like pickles, but you like dill pickle. I guess it doesn't necessarily taste like a pickle. Like it
Yeah.
tastes like pickled chips. There's like the flavoring that pickles have apparently.
Yeah.
But I don't dill pickle and ranch. In my
Yeah.
opinion, are the two best.
I would say my second favorite is probably Taco Bell Supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were like everyone's favorites, so I gravitated away from them. Like they're not
Hmm.
bad, but it's just
Yes.
like in the dugout there'd be 7 guys with a Taco Bell, and then I'm like they're not like that good,
Yeah.
but they are good. What's your favorite animal?
Favorite animal? I have to say a lion, cause like they're the king of the jungle. Like I have that mentality, like be the best at everything I do. So I would have to say a lion.
Mm-hmm. And then if you could live anywhere in the world, where'd it be?
I would have to say like anywhere tropical or like a specific place. I would say Dubai because I went there on a family vacation and it was so nice there. Like all the people are nice. Like they told me like a crime rate's like 0.1%. Like if they like anybody like does a crime, they like cut their hands off. So like
Whoa,
you
well, I see why the crime rate's
yeah
0.1%. I feel well, that's I guess a good solution if you like rob a bank, like you lose
yeah
both your hands.
yeah.
Like
And then like all
people
you
wouldn't
see
be
is like nice cars, nice like I never went to a mall and they have a full ski resort in their mall. It was
in
crazy.
their mall.
Yeah, it was
Are you
crazy.
serious? That's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's almost crazier than cutting people's hands off for committing a crime. I guess that's one way to get it down. And then, what are some of your hobbies outside of sports?
um, I like to hang out with my friends. Like, I like to stay home sometimes, but like when I have like something to do, I'll hang out with my like very close friends, like at my house or something, watch football, watch sports, basketball, and all that. Sometimes we go bowling.
Mhm.
You gotta work them in bowling sometimes, you know.
I know bowling is like it's a sport that you think you're good at until you actually do it,
Yes.
unless you play it like all the time. Like
Yes.
it's so hard to. I was bowling the other day, and there's this one kid, my friend Nathan. He just like bowls a strike every time. It's like ridiculous. Like they'll curve it. It's like about to go over, and
Yeah,
then it curves right back in.
I got a little curve on mine.
Yeah.
Like because my dad he does a bowling league every Thursday just for fun, like with his friends. So like when they need a sub, I bowl. So they like taught me how to like curve the ball and everything.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
yeah.
hmm So now we're gonna talk about just your history playing the game. So first off,
Okay.
how long have you played football?
I played football since I was 4 years old. I started in the National Football League when like the flag teams have like the NFL teams on it, and then I transformed to Mount Clemens Barracudas. I played there my whole football league from flag to varsity. So
Is that tackle?
it's flag and then tackle all the way from freshman to varsity.
Okay.
Yes.
And then why'd you start playing football?
I always grew up watching my brother play. He's 24 right now, so I was always watching him play because he went through Barracudas, and then he went to L'Anse Creuse, but he transferred to Dakota. So I always watched him play football. So I started to like it when I was young. My dad put me in it like very early. He was always my coach, youth football. So like I started to love the game.
Mm-hmm. And then have you always played quarterback?
Um, my first year, my first year at Mount Clemens Barracudas, I was a fullback because we ran wishbone formation. So like I was a fullback. I ran the ball. I went like 15 yards, and then I threw the ball back to the quarterback. And they're like, "Oh, you got an arm," so they put me at quarterback. Ever since then, I played quarterback my whole life.
That's cool.
Yes.
So what exactly do you like specifically about playing quarterback?
I feel like the game is in your hands. Like you can control the game however you want. You're like the man on the field. Like I just like that. I just like that mentality about the quarterback position. It's like you can control the game. You got the ball in your hands every snap of the play. Like you do what the play is like technically doing. So that's why I like playing quarterback. And there's only one on the field, so you got to be the best quarterback on the team.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever played on the defensive side of the ball?
Youth football, but when I got to high school, I never played the defensive side of
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah, I know a
ball.
lot of coaches don't like their starting quarterback to play on the defense.
Yes, they didn't
So,
like playing it, but I did. Freshman year, I did play a couple snaps on defense. I caused a forced fumble, so that
oh
was good.
yeah, oh wow, made an impact on your little snaps. That's cool.
Yeah,
So, do you watch professional or college football?
I watched both. I always grew up. I played NCAA 14, so I always grew up. I used the Oregon Ducks because their jerseys were cool back then, and then I just always watched Oregon. I'm a Michigan fan. I watch them a lot, and I watch Lions. So
Yeah,
I watch them.
Lions this season. This season has been something. I'll tell you that it's been a roller
Yes.
coaster.
Yeah.
Which I watch football an unhealthy amount. I'd say
Yeah.
I'm always
Same.
watching because I'm literally watching the Minnesota Syracuse game as we speak. But the Lions, like they started off
1-6.
1-6, a rough start, and then
Yes.
5 of their next 6, lost to the Bills, and like a game they like would
They
have
should
won
have
if they
won.
probably like went for it.
Yes.
They made the mistake of giving Allen the final say. You can't do
Yes.
that with a good quarterback. But
I
and
think they're
then
doing good though.
I think they're good. They're set up for the future. They're like the youngest team in the
Yes.
league or second youngest team in the league. And then
Yep.
obviously we have 2 firsts and plenty of cap space.
Yes.
You're a quarterback. What's your opinion on Goff?
He's up and down sometimes. Like he'll have a very good game, and then the next game he'll play like mid. So it's like he's up and down. Sometimes I would prefer like a running quarterback in the NFL because like D ends and D tackles are like getting bigger and faster. So like you can't really have a pocket passer no more in the NFL. So like you got to have some speed on you to get out the pocket and make throws and runs out of the pocket. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I feel.
Yeah. My
But
thing with
he's a
Goff,
good quarterback though.
yeah,
He's a good quarterback
he's
though.
not going to kill you. Like we see teams like their team, like just an example is Tennessee starting Joshua Dobbs tonight.
Yeah.
Like you have Malik Willis, but like you drafted him not for this year with Tannehill being hurt. But it's like there's like we could be in a worse situation.
Yeah, I know.
Like he's not
Yes.
gonna make your team worse, but he's
No.
not gonna like take over if something goes wrong. So I guess it's
Yeah.
like, do you take with that and run with it? Because he's not super expensive in terms of like a quarterback. I think like he's almost like 40 million a year, which is really expensive. But you see like
Yes.
Derek Carr getting 40 million a year.
Yes.
It's not ridiculous. But I don't think we draft a quarterback this year, at least in my
No.
opinion, because it's like who are we
He's
like?
doing good though, so it's like we don't really need a quarterback.
Yeah, you can't force it. Like maybe
Yeah.
maybe when the team's ready, like trade for
Yes.
one. Like you see, obviously the Rams are the best example that I can think of. Even though I don't know if they should after watching the Russell Wilson
Yes.
thing. That's been rough. Yeah. But are there any professionals in your sport that you like look up to or like model your game after?
I try to model my game, like Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson, because we're like the same build and like they're small quarterbacks too. So like I think if they can do it, I can do it. So that's my mentality. So I try to mimic my game around Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson a lot. So
Mm-hmm. Good quarterbacks. Like obviously, like I was just saying, Wilson's having a rough year, but at the same time, Nathaniel Hackett didn't put him in a position to succeed, in my
yes,
opinion, especially in the offense they're running. They're running almost like a Green Bay type offense with
yes,
Russell Wilson, which is not what he does well.
no.
But that's cool. Well, what exactly have you picked up from them? Like obviously you mentioned the same like size build, but like what do you pick up
Yes.
from their tendencies or are there any
Like
drills that they do?
I like Kyler Murray how he can extend plays more. That's what I try to do. Like when the pocket's crashing, I try to extend the play. I like his ball is just pretty good. Like just throwing it. He's like very accurate and all that. Russell Wilson, I like his deep ball. His deep ball is very good. And then drills that I drills that I take from them is it's Russell Wilson. He has like three like tackle pads, like the big ones that like are heavy, and he moves around in the pocket, throws them like on a command. Like QB coach would say 1, 2, 3, and you have to hit one of those pads.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So running with the training, what exactly like how often do you train? Like how many days a week do you train and what exactly do you do?
So I'm doing 6 days of training. So I have a speed trainer Monday, Friday with Johnny Drake. He's one of the best speed trainers in Michigan. So I go to him. He works me with my speed. So and then I have two QB coaches, Kyle Short from Belleville High School, the OC, and then Coach Sean Koski. He's the OC at Dakota. So I train with them, and then I work out with my brother every day at around like at night to get stronger.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah, I recognize
And
the name
then
Sean Koski.
I do Saturday Sunday training with Rising Stars Coach Wins, and then that's my week every week.
That's cool. So kind of running with that, like what do you do for speed training? Like I know a lot of different people and a lot of different coaches have different things to do. So what do you
He
tend to
just
focus
works
on?
on more more technique and like telling like making sure your muscles know like you're trying to get faster and all that. So we do a lot of stuff in the weight room like explosiveness, and then he would make me do like a bands and make me like do sprints with him, and then he would like some days out of the week he would make me come, and then we would do like a recovery day, like the leg sleeves that like compress your legs, and then we do like a lot of stretching. So he just makes me it really worked because like the first time I like before I went to him, I never knew how to like actually like correctly run. But he changed that, so
Mm-hmm.
like my 40 was like a 5 flat before I went to him, and he got it down to a 4.69. So
Oh wow, that's a big
yes,
difference.
yes.
So yeah, so this is your off season. So how exactly does your off season routine change from your in season or right before the season starts?
So for Johnny Drake, I'll say we have an off-season period and a preseason period, and then in-season period. So like off-season, we hit it really hard, and then like we hit it really hard. Then preseason, we kind of slow down a little bit and like make sure the muscles are ready for like the season, and then I mean preseason, yeah, we make sure the muscles are ready, and then in season, I just talk to him a lot, like to tell me like what I need to do at like home, because like practice is like after school, so like I really can't make it to him. So he like calls me and tells me what I got to do at home to maintain my speed. And then QB training off season, I'm there uh, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, Sunday. So and then off season, and then preseason, it's the same thing, and then in season, I really don't train. I just throw with my teammates.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. You don't want to overwork yourself in the season.
Yes.
So now we're gonna start with recruiting.
Okay.
So what was your first offer that you received?
I received my first offer from Adrian College like a couple weeks ago. I went on a visit, and then the QB coach offered me. But that's my first offer. I have a lot of visits coming up in January to see if I'm gonna get offered by a bunch of colleges. So hopefully I make my decision by end of January.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the visits that you're gonna take?
I'm taking a visit Northwood, Lake Erie, Albion, Heidelberg, Olivet, Baldwin Wallace in Ohio, and that's pretty much it.
That's cool. So what was the first camp or college showcase that you went to?
First camp I went to, I think it was 8th grade. I went to the Michigan camp, and then the best part of that camp was I threw a post route, and then Jim Harbaugh slapped me on the back, and he was like, "Great job." So that was a pretty cool thing. And then like camps now that I went to like through my high school career is like only the colleges that like have conversations with me that are interested in me. Like I don't want to go to like a Ohio State camp and like not even be on the radar and just waste money. So
Mm-hmm.
I go to a lot of Rising Stars camps, and then the college camps that are like actually interested in me.
Yeah. So are there any camps that you'd recommend that players go to, either for just recognition or camps that like helped you grow as a player?
I would say Rising Stars camps really helped me a lot because Coach Wins, he brings like all the reporters from Rivals 24/7 and all that. And like he brings like D2, D3 college coaches in there to like talk to you after the camp. Like if they really like you, they'll offer you there. So I really recommend Coach Wins. His camps are very good. I think he has a MLK camp coming up. So if people want to go there, that's a lot of recognition going into his camps. And then like I said, just colleges that actually have interest in you, you want to go there.
Mm-hmm. So what exactly are you looking for a college when you end up playing there?
Great education. I want to get my 4-year degree. Great coaches, great atmosphere, players that actually believe like in a brotherly family. Like I just want to be a part like of a family when I get there. Like coaches have to like love each other. Like they want to make me. I want them to make me a better person out of football.
Mm-hmm. And then, do you know what you're gonna major in?
Sports management.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do too. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then, what are some longer term goals you have for college and for sports in college?
Hopefully, I get a chance to try out or get signed by an NFL team. I hope that works out. And then if that doesn't, I'll probably just be a coach somewhere and
Mm-hmm.
try to work my way up to an NFL coach.
Mm-hmm. So, what's some advice that you have for players that are trying to get recruited and like just beginning that process?
Make sure you have a Twitter account. That's like your best resume. Have Make sure your film is great. Make sure your best plays are in the front of your film because college coaches they really don't watch the whole thing. They just watch the first couple minutes of it. So make sure your first plays are in the front, and then ask your coaches for recruitment help too because they're there to help you get recruited. So and if you have any connections like Rising Star, Soundbind, Soundbody, one of those, you should get with those and talk about like what college would actually fit your like your personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't want to be like you don't want to be like, oh, I'm getting recruited by Michigan, but you're really not. Like you're getting your hopes up too much. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you're not actually getting recruited by Michigan.
Yeah. And then, do you talk to any other players like in the recruitment process, either that are committed to schools that you're looking at, or players that you are like talking to just for that?
Yeah, I talked to a lot of people. Like one of my receivers, he just committed to Dayton. Donovan Weatherly. We were all summer talking about recruitment and all that, like where we were gonna be. Like my other receiver, Mitchell Rivard, we're in the same predicament right now. Like we're trying to find a home, so we're talking like every day about recruitment. And I when I like have interest from a college, I try to talk to the people at the college already to see like what the team is about and all that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna work back towards memories that you've built in
Okay.
these years. So first off, this is my personal favorite question. What was your welcome to varsity moment?
It was sophomore year. I got brought up to varsity. It was playoffs. It was second round. And my coach put in a diamond formation that week before, so I was the quarterback. It was like three other running backs behind me. So we put that in. We were playing against Port Huron. I think it was like 14-7. And he was like, diamond formation, go in. So I was like, all right, let's go. And then he set a pass up at the like I say like 5 yard line. I dropped back. I tried to throw an out route. This big 6'6" DN came, knocked it down, pick six. That was my welcome to varsity
Hmm.
highlight. So my first pass as a varsity player was a pick six.
That how did you recover from that mentally?
I was kind of down because like I felt like I let the team down because I was brought up and like they thought I could do like really really well. So and I threw that pick. I didn't play that whole rest of the game. So I was like, I got to get better. I can't let that happen again. So
Mm-hmm. But way to bounce back from that just
yes,
throughout your career, because obviously I don't know if you've thrown another pick six, but you've had a great career. So
yes.
regardless. So what coaches have made the biggest impact on your life?
My youth football coach, Coach Damani, he was always my coach coming up from flag to varsity. He was like a second father to me. Like every week, I would spend the night at his house before the game. Like on Friday, we would go to high school games because his son played at De La Salle, so we would always go to the De La Salle games on Friday, and then we would like sleep over his house for the Saturday game, and then like we was just like a big group because like his son played with me too, so it was just me, him, and a bunch of other teammates. And then he always calls me, checks up on me, and all that. And another coach is Coach Roy, my varsity coach. He was he was one of the best coaches I ever had in my 4 years of high school. So I love him, and he did a lot for me in the recruiting process, and like he just made me a better man out of football.
Mm-hmm. So who is the best opponent or best team that you've faced?
Um, Best opponent I would have to say Mason Moragan from De La Salle. And then best team, I would probably say De La Salle too. Another best opponent I would say is Amari Snowden from Roseville, um, DB. So it speaks for himself. He's at Wisconsin right now with one of the best coaches in college football. And Mason Moragan, he's going Big Ten. So that's one. Those are the two best opponents I have played.
Mm-hmm. Two very, very good ones. Moragan,
Yeah,
I believe, I correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you won like the Michigan Defensive Player of the Year or
I
the
think so. Yeah,
but
he like every time I was passing, he was always in my face. Like he's very good.
yeah, that DLSL team obviously had a lot of talent this year,
Yes.
so almost unfair to play
Yes.
a team of that caliber to an extent. Who is the most talented player that you've played with?
Oh, there's a lot. Um, I would say Donovan Weatherly, my receiver. Mitchell Rivard, my receiver. Um, Alan Oyang, my running back. He's coming. He came back from two injuries that ended his season, like his freshman year and his junior year. So he's a very good player. Uh,
Yeah, I was impressed with him. I went to the Port Huron game, and
yes,
he took over.
yes, he was. He had a great season. Like because he had a high expectation because he had a 2 season ending injury. So we were like, all right, this is your year, Allen. You gotta ball out. So he did. He met the expectation. Donovan, he's just a dog after catch. He breaks tackles, scores touchdowns. Mitchell, he's just he would catch anything in his catch radius. So I had a good time with them too. They made it kind of easy for me. So and then
Mhm.
another one I would have to say is Quincy Dorsey. He's very shifty in the slot, so he made it he was very quick, so he was always open, and then he always made plays in the open. So
Mhm.
and my offensive line, got to give credit to them.
Yeah. Your offensive line, yeah, it's helpful when you have a line that does that against Port
Yes,
Huron. Port
yes,
Huron's not going to give up easily, and then obviously
no.
Lakeview. So, do you have any
And
advice for
like
people that? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
like when I was playing after I broke my collarbone, like that week 8 to like the regional round, I barely got touched in the backfield. So I give credit to them for doing that for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it helps. Do you have any advice for people going through the grind right now, just trying to earn a starting role on varsity?
Um, my advice is just keep going. Like make sure you compete though. Like if the first string DB and you're like a second string receiver, go against the first string DB every time. Make sure like you're getting your reps. Make sure you get your reps and like make sure the coaches know like what you're doing. Make sure you're like very good in the weight room because coaches now like they emphasize weight room because everybody's getting bigger and stronger. So like you got to be good in the weight room and then make sure you're competing.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the ways that you stayed motivated for both school and sports?
Both school and sports, I stayed more. I just love the game of football. So like I just love the game of football. So like it was always been a passion of mine to play the game. So like it just motivated me to get up and go to practice every day and then try my hardest. So and then school, I just try to get all A's and B's, get all my work done, don't play around in school. Be a good kid in school, I mean class. So that's really my two things.
Mm-hmm. What's the hardest thing you've had to overcome?
I would say breaking my collarbone. Cause like I felt like my season, cause a bunch of doctors told me different things, like in the healing process. Like at the children's hospital, they told me 4 weeks, but I went to the athletic person. He told me 6 to 8 weeks. So I was like, dang, that really hurt. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna play my senior season this year. So and then he cleared me 6 weeks after my healing process, and then I overcame it. So like I just felt like sometimes I felt like, dang, I just really need to be on the field to help my team out. So like that was really hard. Like watching on the sideline, like not
Mhm.
being on the field with them.
Yeah. So that's all I have for you. Is there anything you'd like to add or anyone you'd like to thank?
I want to thank my mom and dad for everything they did for me. They put a lot of money in me for training and all that. My teammates, I love them. They're like brothers to me. I want to thank Coach Wins for everything he's doing for me right now in the recruiting process. I want to thank Coach Short, Coach Koski, Coach Drake, all my coaches that are like working with me right now. So that's all I want to thank, and I want to thank God. He's the main person doing this for me. So
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Thank you for doing this.
thank
This was
you,
fun.
thank you. I really appreciate having me on here.
I'd like to thank Jaiden for coming on to today's show. This was such a fun interview, and he's going to be a great college QB. Make sure to leave a like and a comment. Catch up on any episodes that you've missed. As always, my name is Calvin Custance, and this is The Blueprint.